Hello, thank you for joining me. As ever, I really appreciate it. And I want to talk a little bit about 3 R's. And in fact, in the time it's taken to open up the selfie stick and set up the camera, I've thought of a fourth, but I'll add that as an add-on. And I've talked about using those first letters in the past, and there is a piece of guided relaxation using hypnosis where I set a mantra that's proving very useful for me at present. It's calm, confident, in control. And when it's in there, it stays a lot better. So I'll put the link to that in the blurb underneath. But today we're going from the C's to the F's. No, we are behaving honestly. I don't want to be being shut down by YouTube. And the first one, we're focusing on calming down, on stopping the busyness. And the first one is reflection. That we take time, precious time out to reflect on where we are at present. I don't mean physically, like I'm sitting on this old church pew, but where you are in what you want to achieve. If there are still things that you want to achieve, or if you are happy just motoring along with whatever comes your way. So time for reflection. Yes, some people do it in the car in a traffic jam, but it's much better if you can isolate yourself from sounds and make the reflection time a time of rest, a time of recovery. So there are the other 2 R's. Rest can take whatever form you see it as. For me, the best rest is under the duvet with an eye mask on and the phone's on silent. And just... And there are times when I feel that I want to keep absolutely still. And yes, I know when I'm curling up to go to sleep, I will shuffle around. But this is different somehow. And I just want the whole of my body to be still. And I was actually reading through some articles the other day and came across one by Mr. Freud. And he was saying that doing this, feeling the need to do this, is psychologically important for us. So I'm happy that I do it. First I thought, oh, you're being a bit odd, Dee. But no, it is psychologically a positive thing to do, according to Mr. F. Another F there. And when I say completely still, I just think about my body. I'm not aware of having set it up, but I think I start at my toes. They are absolutely still. My legs, my trunk, my arms, my head. And as I've got my eye mask on, I can't see. I'm going just on feeling. And the only movement is the slow rise and fall of my chest, my abdomen, with my slow and steady breathing. And that on its own is a great way of centering yourself, of focusing on things, of relaxing. So have a go. And there aren't many times when we are absolutely still. Okay, when we're asleep, I don't know. I presume I fidget and fiddle, I don't know. But I was just aware that I was absolutely still. So the third R is recovery. That stillness, that reflection allows you to make a recovery from what might be things that you are doubting about yourself. What might be things that you've done and you got that big stick out and beat yourself up about it. That was stupid, I shouldn't have done that. But in that reflection, in that stillness, then your mind can focus on the whats and the wherefores and accept that it was a different time, different place, different background circumstances. So have a go. As I say, for me, it has to be under my duvet, but on the sofa with my feet up, that's a good standby. But I find that I don't go as still there as when my body is fully supported on the bed. Maybe that's because I usually do my guided relaxation on the bed as well, so that I can fully relax, each to their own. It might be out in nature, because I don't include the sounds of nature in the quietness of that reflection. They can help. The sound of the leaves blowing through the trees, the birds, the rain pattering down maybe. Those sounds, they're part of life. I know that the sound of cars and planes and motorbikes are part of our modern day lives. But to me, those are all intrusive parts. The sounds of nature, they are intended to be there. So have a go. And the other R that I came across when I was setting up my selfie stick is realistic. Do be realistic in those reflections. The same as if you're setting yourself smart targets for moving on. One of the things you need there is to be realistic. When you're thinking back or thinking about the here and now, you also need to be realistic. What's making me do that? What's driving me to keep going in this little hamster wheel of my head? What's driving me to keep going always on the go? Have a think. That time for reflection, that time for rest, that time for recovery, it will serve you well. And if you say, well, I can't do that, I can't keep still. As my mum always used to say, there's no such word as can't. If you try it for just a few minutes, a couple of minutes, and then gradually build up, I can keep it going for ages now. The brain is still active, but the body is totally still and calm, allowing the mind to reflect in peace. So on that note, I will say bye for now. thank you so much for joining me, and take the best care of yourself and make sure that that's the very best care that you can. But don't forget about others as well, but put yourself top of that list. Take care. Bye for now. Bye.